Tweety Bird's gonna come out. He's gonna come out and say, I thought I saw a putty tat, son. You can tell how difficult a boss is based on how cool their intro is.
Dearest Nicola. You must abide alone a while. Welcome, honored guest, to the birthplace of our dynasty.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's your boy, the Fice, back at it with another video. But if it's your first time here, definitely be sure to hit that subscribe button, leave a like, leave a comment, let me know what you guys think. Last but not least, we don't have YouTube monetization, so if you want to support the channel, check out that YouTube description below. We have a Patreon link, and we also have an Etsy storefront link. We have coffee mugs and t-shirts and more things our way. Also, follow on Twitch if you want to see when we stream live. Join us on Discord, and obviously, like we said, subscribe on YouTube. We're doing some Elden Ring. Let's get into this content. That's the last time you're going to hear a promo. Just had to get that out of the way really quick. But yeah, let's get into it. Hey, what's up, guys? So today we are going to be doing a guide on Mohg, the Lord of Blood. Now, I'm going to try to keep this as short as possible. So we're going to go into the talismans. We're going to talk about the attacks for phase 1, the attacks for phase 2, and then essentially the strategy. And then you guys will actually see the fight. We did it a little bit interesting here because I wanted to do, instead of sword and board, I wanted to be like Wolverine, and I wanted to use the claws. So if you appreciate the fact that we just went full offensive, definitely be sure to hit that subscribe button, show that love and support, and come hang out with us. So so the talismans I used, since I used the claws, I did it a little bit different. I used Godskin Swaddling Cloth, which is you heal a little bit for a chunk of your health when you do successful attacks. And because we're using the claws, we attack more frequent, so it helps to give a little more health. It's not like a lot, but it's a good amount. So we're trying to go for like a decent amount of healing, since we don't have a shield, because we're going to do evasion and stuff like that. And then the other thing we did after that was Blessed Dew Talisman, which just, you get like 2 health like every second or 0.7 seconds. I don't know the exact time frame, but if you check the status, like when you go in the press of the pause button, you'll know that. And then we also went with Erdtrees Favor, which is just really good overall. I definitely love that item. That item's actually like one of my favorite when it comes to talismans, especially because I like using really nice armor, very strong and sturdy armor. And then the last one that I went for was Crimson Amber Medallion +2 to increase my max HP, because obviously I want to have a really big HP pool. But because we're facing this dude, Stalwart Horn Charm is really good because it increases your robustness, which makes you resistance to blood loss, which is what the boss is known for. So let's get into the phase 1 attacks. He has a few melee attacks. He has a vertical slam down. He has a 2 lunging horizontal swing, and the second attack is delayed, and he usually uses that when you're like mid-range from him. And then he also has another slash where then he just also slams down the trident on the floor. And then there's also a charging attack where he runs and takes a few steps and then pokes at you with the trident. He becomes a little more aggressive with it on phase 2, but on the phase 1 it's not as brutal. And then there is one attack where he basically puts his spear or trident in the air into a portal and then brings it down. And then there's another one where he instead of using the trident, he puts his hand in the portal in the air and makes it rain blood. And he makes it rain blood if you're close range, and if you're distant, he will either throw blood at you vertically, or he'll throw it at you horizontally. And this will increase your blood gauge, which eventually, when it fills up, you will take a significant amount of damage because of blood loss, so on and so forth. So there's also one more final attack, and it's a blood claw, where basically he just kind of scratches the air and it stays there, and then after like a second, an explosion happens. So you're gonna want to time not only the scratch, but then a second for the rollout for when the explosion happens. Now let's get into the attacks for phase 2. On phase 2, as soon as it starts, the arena will eventually become red with mist, or like cloud, however you want to decide to call it. But if your character has 3 rings around his body, which basically most of his attacks will do that, particularly the trident going into the air and then swiping. I noticed that happened on my character. But if your character has 3 rings, when he does this spell at the start of phase 2 where he makes the arena red, you will take 3 hits of blood loss. Now there's 2 ways to kind of go about this. I want to explain it in the strategy area, but I'll explain it here. You could either do what I did in the fight, which was basically consume 3 flasks to heal, or you can use your special flask, which is your wondrous flask, if it has a purifying crystal tier. And if you use it during that phase, basically it's going to put a creative protective shield around you, and you won't take any damage, and you'll be able to just aggressively attack them during that phase. I didn't have that item, so because I didn't have that item, I just did the aggressive flask healing, and then I waited to get my opportunity in. The changes in phase 2 is he will have some wings, so he'll fly around and you'll have to like dodge his attacks. He'll throw blood at you from the air and also slam down with his trident. You'll have to be patient and just wait it out until he lands back on the ground, so then you can continue your assault on attacking them on the ground. And also the other additions he has is there's one where he will slam the trident down on the ground, wait a second, and then an explosion will happen. And you'll have to avoid not only the trident hitting the ground, aka you, but also the explosion. So you'll have to do 2 evasions in order for that to happen. And then last but not least, there's a small touch up in one of his attacks where he still does the blood flame explosion strikes scratch, but there's also one where he kind of like, if you're in front of him, he'll do an explosion directly at you towards the front, so you'll have to roll and avoid that. Those were the main attacks in regards to a lot of the stuff that he does. But I want to kind of talk about the strategy, because the strategy is just really aggressive on what you're going to do. So the strategy is you're going to enter the fight and you're going to summon your 2 pets. Usually I summon 2 stationary pets that are range. I think it's just really useful and they're reliable to basically dictate where the enemy or the boss is going to go, because it's going to focus on them. If they move around a lot, then it makes it a little tougher. But I put 2 marionettes with bows and arrows. Pick your range character that you want and let him or them start doing the attack. I actually lead the attack in the beginning just for them to get a few cheap shots in, and then once they have his attention, I start attacking like crazy from behind. Now, because this boss is blood loss, I thought, how interesting would it be if we did blood loss damage to him? And actually, he takes a lot of aggressive damage from blood loss as well. So that's why the claws are so cool in this match, even though we can't protect ourselves with a shield or anything, and we have to be evasive as best as we can. The fact that we pump out so much damage so quickly makes this such a fun fight, even though it can be very difficult. So you're going to be attacking a lot from behind until it gets to the part of phase 2. And then once it gets into phase 2, like I said, you could either use your wondrous flask if you have a purified tier. To be exact, the name is called purifying crystal tier. As one of the materials. If you don't have it, do the same strategy I did, which I just healed every time he did that blood loss AoE attack, as you'll see in the fight. And then after that, you're just going to continue your assault and just be very cautious to his attacks. I don't want to take up any more of the time. Check out the fight. I hope you guys appreciate it, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Let me know what you guys would love to see next. See ya. I'm going to put him a little forward. It's tough to see the animations, but we're getting it. Really? Got him! Got him with the claws! Yes! I just felt it would be so cool if we did it with the claws instead of sword and board this time. And we did it. How amazing is that? Mogh's Great Ruin. Remembrance of the Blood Lord. We gotta do a kneel. We gotta do a kneel. We killed it just now. Went all Berserker Barrage. Viper Claw. Just like, we just went with all Wolverine on his ass. I love it. He gave 420,000. 400. He gave almost $500,000. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Again, if this is your first time here and you're watching from YouTube, definitely be sure to hit that subscribe button. If you ever come to Twitch, definitely be sure to hit that follow button. Come join us on Discord. The link is below in the YouTube description. Also, last but not least, I want to say major shout outs to the sponsors. If you guys also wanted to financially support the stream, definitely be sure to check out that YouTube description below. There is a Patreon link. And if you can't support financially, don't worry guys, there's other ways you can actually show support. That's getting the word out, sharing the content, letting friends and loved ones know about this this channel. Tell them to come and hang out. Come join us on Discord. You will not regret it. It's the best community / family ever. It says it right there on the freaking board. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. I love you guys so much, and I will catch you guys next time. Let me know in the comments below what you would like to see next, what you think about the video, and so on. I'll catch you guys next time. See ya.